Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to be doing my Pan Those Shadows update, so if you're interested in seeing that, then just keep on watching. Before we get into that though, if you're new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video from me. Alright you guys, so it's time for another Pan Those Shadows update. I'm super excited. If you're new here, how I'm doing this project is prompt based, so like roulette style. I have a list of a bunch of prompts, and there's 100 prompts, but some of them do repeat. I added another tab if you're interested that is just the prompts without repeats if you don't want to do repeats. But yeah, and a few other creators on YouTube have either are doing it alongside with me or are incorporating it in some way. Misty, Ruth, Katie, I will link everyone down below. If I'm missing you down there, let me know and I will add you. But yeah, be sure to check those creators out. Alright, so last month I gave you guys a little bit of, not a cliffhanger, but I was like, next update's going to be a good update. And I think it's quite the update, but as a reminder, this is the color story we were working with. So we've got Hello Salem from the ColourPop Gather Round Sisters palette, we've got Asteria from Divina, Serenade from the ColourPop Limoncello palette, we've got Firefly from the Club Nebula, Kaleidos, and Angelica Nikist collab, and then Main from the Killer Purr palette from Menagerie. So that was the color story we were working with, and we have a few rollouts this month, which I'm very excited about. So first up, we've got Hello Salem from ColourPop. I have completed my 20 use goal for this, and I could keep it in, but I've decided that I want to roll it out. We've got a decent sized dip in here, and yeah, I used it 6 more times to hit 20 uses, and this was for the prompt, a pop culture reference. So of course this is from the Hocus Pocus collaboration, so it was perfect for that. So I am rolling that shadow out. Next, I had the prompt Any Shimmer, and I chose Asteria from Divina, and last update I was so close. There was such a big dip in it, and I'm happy to say that I have Pan. This is a beautiful, beautiful duochrome. If I haven't said already, this is Asteria from Divina, and I only used this 2 more times to hit Pan, so 3 uses in total in this project, which I knew it was going to be pretty easy because there's I mean, you can see I've used this quite a lot. This is one of my favorite indie single shadows. It's just a really beautiful shade. I am wearing it as liner today. I don't know if you can tell. And that's how I hit Pan, because I was like, oh my god, I need to film this update today, and then I hadn't used it, so I used it as liner, and I mean, I didn't even do 1 eye's worth of eyeliner and I hit Pan, so I'm really happy that this has Pan on it now. Adding that to the list. Next, I had the shade Serenade from the ColourPop Limoncello palette, and that was for something you want to pan, and I was just really drawn to the Limoncello palette for whatever reason when I was picking my shadows. It just sounded like a wonderful palette. I was drawn to it. So I rolled in this yellow shimmer since I wasn't working on any yellows, and I have used this an additional 3 times, and as you can see, there is a dip starting to form. This is a very shallow pan. I am hoping with maybe another 3 uses that I will have Pan. Hopefully my goal is to have this with Pan by next month, but I'm enjoying using it. It's just a nice metallic. Again, here's the swatches. You can see it's not like as sparkly as the Divina shade, but it's a nice metallic. It's not, you know, it's not bad. It's just more subtle. So that one is staying in. And then next I had a shadow from your least favorite palette, and I picked the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette, and I picked the shade Firefly, which is a shimmer, and if you can see, there's a little bit of Pan right there. I used this an additional 3 times to hit Pan. There was a pretty big dip in it from the last update, and I was able to hit Pan, which was great. I'm excited to put this like chunky, bulky packaging away. Love the color story of this, just not my favorite formula, so I've been able to get some good use on this palette lately, so I'm just ready to roll it out. And I primarily use this as a inner corner highlight, but I also used it as a topper a few times. And finally, we've got my last shade from the Menagerie Killer Purr palette. I chose the shade Main for the prompt, a yellow matte, and this is what we're looking like today. So I already had a dip going on the shadow, but I used this an additional 4 times to make it to this Progress Point, and I've been really enjoying this shade, pairing it with my grungy greens. As you can see, it's quite orange in the swatch, but it is a yellow matte, so it counts, and I'm really enjoying using it. I'm going to try to hit pan in that shade rather than just the 20 uses. We'll see how long it takes me. So yeah, we are rolling 3 shadows out, the Hello Salem shade, the Asteria shade, and the Firefly shade. So this is our old color story, and we're gonna be rolling in 3 new shadows. And just, I will have all my rules down below, but one thing to keep in mind is I want to have 2 mattes in at all times. So one of the 3 shades will need to be a matte because we are rolling 1 matte shadow out. So let me grab my phone and we'll pull up the prompts and pick them. So I have 94 prompts left. I removed any prompts that I've already pulled. So let's pick 3 prompts. Oops. It didn't even go, so it's okay. So we've got 91, 24, and 80. So let me pull up my prompt list. So 91 is a shadow you want to pan, so that is exciting. I can pick whatever I want. Then I've got 24, which is a green matte shadow, so that's good. And then the prompt 80, prompt 80 is an outer corner deepening shade. So it sounds like I'll be rolling in 2 mattes for this update, but that's okay. So I'm gonna take a look through my collection, figure out what I want to include, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. I've picked out my shades and I'm very excited about them. So just as a reminder, we are keeping in Serenade from ColourPop, this yellow matte, or yellow shimmer, and then we're keeping in Maine from Menagerie, a yellow matte. So one of the prompts I got was a green matte, and so one of the palettes I wanted to focus on this year was getting more pans in my Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. And so for a green matte, I decided to choose this shade right here. This is a Marnie, and there's a little bit of a dip, as you can see. So yeah, I think you can see the dip there. So definitely a dip, but not anywhere close to pan like these mattes are. These aren't the easiest to hit pan on, but they're definitely not the worst. And so I did swatch it. Let me cover up the next ones, but I think it goes well with the color story so far. Kind of a fall color story, but I like to wear fall colors all year round, so it's fine. Then I picked a prompt that was a shadow you want to pan, so I could pick whatever I want. So I decided to go with another shadow that almost went into my Do Pan My Battleship project that I'm doing with Leah, which I will link down below. Be sure to check it out. And I chose the shade Sweetie Sunbeam from Davina. This is another one that I excluded because it had a dip in it already. I mean, why not work on shadows that already have dips in it? You know, make it easy on myself. So I didn't put it in my Battleship because it already had a decent dip on it, and Davina shades they're not like super hard to hit pan on, so I felt like it was cheating. So I picked this shade. It's just like a really unique brown shimmer, and I'm not panning anything like it, so I thought it would go good. And here is that. It's almost like an orangey brown. I'll do closer swatches once I show you the last shadow, which let's just go right into it. Another focus palette I'm working on is my Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. Got a magic theme going on here. And I want to hit pan in all of the shadows. So there's only a few. I got the prompt a outer corner / deepening shade, so I've only got a few of those left in this palette. I think I have half of the shadows with pan on them, and so I decided to go with the shade Voodoo, this dark purple up here. I find these shadows really easy to hit pan on, so I thought purple because I have a lot of purple shadows I'm working on in my Do Pan My Battleship project pan, and I have like a mid-tone purple matte in there, but I don't have a deepening shade for that. So I thought that 1, these are easy to hit pan on, 2, it'll help me in my Do Pan My Battleship. So here is my color story, and I actually quite like it. I feel like I could do one look with all of these shadows. It would be out of my comfort zone, but I think I would like it. There's almost something like good sport vibes about this. The palette that got away. I feel like there's something good sporty about this, and I am actually really excited about it. Is it super fall? Yes. Do I care? Absolutely not. So these are the shadows I'm going to be working on. I'm super excited about it. I feel very excited about this color story, and I am really happy with just everything I'm working on. So I think next month my goal is to have Serenade out, and then other than that, I could potentially have this Voodoo shade done. It just depends on how much I use it. I think this Marnie shade is going to be in here for a while. Depending on how much I use Maine, I don't know, and depending on how much I use this one. It's a toss-up. I should have at least one pan next month, but again, who knows? It just depends on how much I use these shadows. I'm trying to pick complementary tones to my Battleship Project pan, or just things that aren't in there that won't compete. So I'm really excited. I feel like this month flew by from like my last update. I was like, oh my gosh. Granted, I'm filming this probably maybe 4 days before it goes live, but I'm excited about this color story. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!